In the last lesson, you laid out the steps needed to encode a message. Today, we'll finally write the code to take those steps. To encode a message, find the alphabetical index of each letter in the message and replace the letter with the one in the same location in the secret code's key. To encode the message in today's lesson, you'll learn to use string's indexOf method to get the index of a character in a string. Hi, I'm Annette Gotland. I'm the author of the Do-It-Yourself Java Games books. I teach Java programming through creating games. Welcome to the video version of my books. We're currently in the Text Games video series, TG, the first of 4 types of games series. The focus of this series is to cover the fundamentals of Java programming. You'll learn how, when, and why Java programs are written the way they are. This series has 16 projects. Each project assumes you already have the skills taught in the previous projects. Unless you have other Java programming experience, I recommend that you do all the previous projects in this series before starting this project. A link to the entire Text Games playlist is provided in the description below. We're currently working on the 13th project, TG13, Secret Code. The Secret Code program lets you create secret messages to share with your friends like this. This is lesson TG13.4, where you'll learn to get the index of a character of a string. The first 2 steps are to take the first letter of the message and to find the index of that letter in the from alphabet. We'll need to use string's indexOf method. String's indexOf method returns the position of the first occurrence of a search string in a string. For example, if a variable named text has the value of hello world and you want to know the position of the blank in the string, you would use text.indexOf blank. This would return a value of 5 because indexes in strings start with 0. If the search string is in the string more than once, indexOf returns the position of its first occurrence. For example, text.indexOf L would return a value of 2. If the search string isn't in the string, it returns a value of -1. For example, text.indexOf A would return a value of -1. The method indexOf is case sensitive. For example, text.indexOf lowercase h would return a value of -1 because there's no lowercase h in hello world. Exercise 1. Get the first letter's alphabet position. Pause the video if you need more time in any of these exercises. If you want to see how I would complete any of the listings, please refer to the completed listings at the end of this video. In encode, get the first letter of message and put it in a string named letter. Hint: use string's substring method. Then get the position of that letter in from alphabet and put it in an integer named letterpos. Hint: use string's indexOf method. The next planned step is, if the letter is in the from alphabet, find the letter in the same position in the to alphabet and add that new letter to the new message. Exercise 2. If the letter is in the alphabet. If that letter is in from alphabet, do the following. Hint: consider what indexOf would have returned if the letter wasn't found. Then find the letter in the same position of the to alphabet and put it in a string named new letter. Hint: use string's substring method. Then add that new letter to the new message. The next planned step is, if the letter is not in the from alphabet, add that letter to the new message. Exercise 3. If the letter isn't in the alphabet. If the letter isn't in from alphabet, add the letter to new message. The final planned step is, repeat these steps with each letter in the message. Exercise 4. Repeat for each letter. Put the code into a loop. Include everything from taking the first letter of the message through adding the letter to the message. Hint: use a for loop. Repeat for each letter in the message. Hint: use string's length. Next, replace the code which took the first letter of the message to now take the next letter, the letter at I, and move the comment to repeat these steps to the top of the loop. Run it. What happened? It should have printed your message encoded. But how do you know if it encoded your message correctly? Let's test your secret code program by encoding the entire alphabet. Exercise 5. Test the encoder. Open the key.txt file located in the secret code project folder. Hint: all your project folders should be in your Eclipse workspace folder. Then copy the first line of the key.txt file, the alphabet. Next, run your secret code program again and encode the alphabet. Hint: paste the alphabet into the DIY window. If you wrote your secret code program correctly, it should encode your message identical to the second line of the key.txt file, the secret code key. Key points and more. Strings indexOf method. Use strings indexOf method to find the position of a search string in a string. The first character in a string is considered to be in position 0. IndexOf will return the position of only the first occurrence of a search string. IndexOf will return -1 if the search string isn't in the string. IndexOf is case sensitive. A search for a lowercase letter won't return the index of the same uppercase letter. Here are the completed listings for all the exercises in this video. This is the end of the 4th lesson in the Secret Code project. Your program now encodes your message. In the next lesson, you'll see how easy it is to decode a message by just calling the encode method a little differently. We'll also make the program easier to use by giving the user options to encode a message, decode a message, or exit the program. In so doing, you'll learn about another data type, a Boolean, which holds only 2 possible values, true or false.